So the problem is not listening in the wonder what kind of teaching there. Refuge, why? Bodhisattva, why? They each explained. Prostration, why? Vajrasattva, why? Mandala, why? Guru Yoga, why? Everything's a why, you're right. But not learned, just thinking, oh, this is some kind of culture. This is Asian culture. Because not really has not really thinking to learned effect. What kind of effect? So if we learn the effect, and then if you practice, it shows you. It shows to you.
Over the recent days, Rinpoche has spoken about the 4 seals that mark the teachings, which are also like a great framework, comprehensive framework. There's a sense of completeness to these 4 seals, so we can rely on them as a framework. Similarly, with the Triple Excellence, it's the same sense of a great and comprehensive framework that we can apply for our practice. It begins with the outer preliminaries, the mind training practices, and then through that, gaining familiarity with the perspective of the mind training. We can then begin to take up the practice of the inner preliminaries and progress with those, so that we can also benefit in turn from the practices associated with the 3 roots. So in this way, the Triple Excellence is a very comprehensive and complete way of engaging in Dharma practice. It has a structure to it that is very practical and applicable to our life, so that also once we take up the practice, it becomes very satisfying. That is why the people who practice the Triple Excellence, they speak about great benefit that they and great progress that they have experienced in the practice of Dharma with the help of the Triple Excellence framework, the structure of practice that is given through the Triple Excellence. This begins already when one is a beginner in the practice of the Triple Excellence, when people talk about what they have gained from training the mind in this way, and when they talk about how they have benefited from the practice of the preliminaries and from the 3 root practices. It's all with a deep sense of something meaningful and profound that has taken place in their lives and in their minds. And how was that possible? It's because they have found natural diligence. Diligence is what? It's the sense of joy that comes from being in contact with something that is genuinely good. So when being joyful because one senses goodness, then that is diligence. And that's something that one becomes introduced to the Triple Excellence framework, the structure of Dharma training that is presented through this set of teachings. So you can see when you talk to people who practice the Triple Excellence, they talk in a different way, they behave in a special way that characterizes Dharma practitioners. There's a certain smile that they have, a certain bearing that they have, which shows that their minds have been tamed through Dharma practice. So the continuous mindfulness and the sort of presence of mind, that is something we really need in order to be successful as Dharma practitioners. And it's something that those who practice the Triple Excellence often succeed in mastering, precisely that sense of continuous mindfulness, which is a prerequisite for progress in Dharma practice. We need that, don't we? We need presence of mind so that we can bring to mind the meaning of the teachings in a continuous fashion throughout our life. Of course, we have work to do and we must take care of that. So obviously do what we need to do, but then make sure that we aren't carried away by distraction otherwise, by distraction or procrastination, laziness, those that can make us lose track of everything that we actually otherwise want in our lives. All what we aim to achieve as Dharma practitioners can be forgotten if we just fall prey to distraction, to laziness, and to procrastination. So Rinpoche says he himself reminds himself on a daily basis of how old he is now, and of the kind of opportunity that comes with having a precious human life. And he tells himself that it's really crucial now to take charge of this precious opportunity that we have. And he encourages us to do the same, to remind ourselves on a daily basis about just how rare and precious it is to have this opportunity to practice the sacred Dharma.